welcome to Beth Roars, where we look at your favourite singers to find out what makes them them. This is a really interesting performance because it's a classic Metallica song, but Miley Cyrus is singing it, and I think Elton John produced it. There is a beautiful, beautiful interview with all of them. Elton John's on a video call. Go check it out. It goes along with this performance. So let's check it out. Nothing Else Matters. This is such a great song. Just speaks to your soul, you know?
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. Never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it always. And all the words I don't just say, yeah. And nothing else matters.
Okay, before we get into this really big bit, it's interesting her voice has changed so much, and I talk about this in a video that I did about her, why has Miley Cyrus's voice changed, and she has had some vocal surgery, and she had Rehnke's edema, which is to do with her smoking and things like that, which has made her voice drop significantly, but it kind of sounds wicked, and it has that rocky, husky edge to it. Now, it's interesting, she's really looking after herself now, and it's great to see. And you can see a couple of singers' tricks that she could be doing it to mentally get in the space, but also I suspect it's to do with her breathing, because right now she'll probably need even better breath support than she might have before. So you can see this kind of open chest, she's singing with her microphone and her other arm is out. Now your rib cage, it's attached to the front here and your spine, and each of your ribs have tiny, tiny little joints on them, so they can come in and out like this. If you have your arms all tucked in, it's just a little bit less easy to breathe. You want those ribs to expand out sideways. So having that lovely open chest, not collapsing in, keeping your arms a little bit out, can really let those ribs do their job and move out. I don't know if you can feel that. So I think that's what she's doing there.
Trust I'll see, and I find in you.
See that position?
Every day for us something new. You open my for a different goal. No, nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know.
So she's really keeping her vowels very similar to his. Say, like closing on to the E's at the end of each phrase. And yo, making her oohs less of an ooh and more of an o, which is a lot easier. The say, going to the E's a little bit more difficult, and keeping the oohs more open is easier. And these things are things that you can play around with. Sometimes that won't work for you. Maybe that E is a little bit too closed for a lot of people, but it might really work and add style for others. So playing around with your vowels are both important for how to reach notes, the easiest ways to do it, but also just for fun. You can kind of morph them and play around with them. When you start listening, you realize that Singers kind of say some strange vowels when they sing.
So close, no matter
It's so low.
Couldn't be much more from the heart.
It's amazing to hear a woman sing like this.
Forever trust in who we are. No, nothing else matters. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know.
Interesting. She's putting a lot of force in the start of each consonant. It has a glossal at the start, and this is something that can happen when people have different types of vocal injuries. What happens with rhenchus edema is that your vocal cords kind of bow, so they don't meet fully together. So you have to push them really tight together to get that cord closure, to get a full sound. When you let your vocal cords kind of not meet fully, you get a kind of breathy tone and lose that kind of punch. So she might need to do that now to get up to those high notes with power. Freddie Mercury did that as well. Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's actually really, really harsh on your voice, and you have to be really, really careful with it. Now, I know that Miley is working with lots of vocal coaches, and she's really looking after herself. So I'm sure that she kind of understands how much her voice can take now. But you do have to be careful if you're doing show after show after show, and you're using lots and lots of glossal stops to get that power. James Hetfield seems such a nice guy as well in the interview.
Never open myself this way. Life is ours, we live it always. And all the words I don't just say. No, nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day
She's got so much passion in her soul.
Open mind for a different girl. No, nothing else matters.
Matters. There's another vowel modification.
Never care for things they say. Never care for games they play. Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. 'Cause I know. Yeah.
Yes! Oh, I didn't want to stop. Before we get into this ending, that power on the yeah, really keeping their tongue flat, both of them really opening up. They both sometimes go for narrower shapes to help them find that distortion. Miley's is quite a natural distortion now. There are moments where she's using a distortion as well, and so is his actually. He can be really narrow and say to get that punch, and sometimes you need a narrower vowel if you want to cut through like a big band or something like that. But sometimes you want a longer, thinner vowel, say, if you want something a bit warmer. It really depends. Again, it's completely up to you and what you want. You know, I always feel like with pop and rock and metal and things like that, you get to choose a little bit more. There are healthy and unhealthy ways of doing things that fatigue your voice more easily, but in terms of stylistic things, Who cares? Make the vowel whatever you want, as long as it's healthy and it sounds cool.
So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are. No, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters.
Yeah. I wonder what you guys all think of that collaboration. I think it's great, and I have a feeling it might have changed a few people's minds on Miley Cyrus and her as a person and her as a singer. I think it's really, really interesting, and she has such passion in everything that she does in her vocals. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.